Total solutions for any mix, any volume. All managed by Panasim Enterprise Edition. Panasonic, total solutions beyond SMT.
Welcome to the Panasonic booth here at IPC Apex. I'm delighted to be joined by Faisal Pandit, who's the President and CEO. Welcome, nice to see you, Faisal.
Thank you, Trevor. Glad to be here.
Good. Now, it's a couple of years since we've spoken in an interview, but I think the last time we were talking about a total solution around the Any Mix, Any Volume platform. How successful was that for you?
You know, we launched the program about 3 years ago, and the focus of the program, the initiative, was to pursue a broader market strategy, especially the mid-market, with a solutions approach, including our three key components of our solutions offerings: our equipment, our software, and our process. So we took a consolidated solutions approach based on these three components of the market, and I got to tell you, the results have been phenomenal. It's surpassed our expectations. 2015 has been one of our best years. We've gained tremendous amount of penetration in the market, especially in the mid-market. If you recall our prior discussions, Panasonic was considered to be a high-volume, tier-1 supplier, but we've changed that perception, and we have significant presence in small, mid-sized customers across various geographies. The other element to that is the engagement level with our customers, the level of discussions we've had, our support, our involvement in higher value activities has gone up significantly. Our new account penetration, which is a key metric that we measure, has nearly doubled in the last 2-3 years. So it's gone very well.
Oh, that's considerable. So you're taking a much more service-led approach, customer-led approach.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's all about making sure the customer maximizes the investment that they make. And maximizing capital equipment investment is not just about higher throughput and better quality boards. I think those are table stakes now. It's all about how well it's integrated with the rest of the business. How well is the material flowing to the line, how much we can save there, and so on and so forth.
Great. So what is the next step from that? I mean, where do we go from here?
It's a great question. I believe in law of diminishing returns. Like any strategy, you eventually don't get the kind of value that you do start off with. So we sat back and said, what do we do? How do we maintain this kind of traction going forward? How do we maintain this momentum? Because we don't want to be in a model where we are just providing incremental value to our customers. We want to provide that large, game-changing offerings to our customers. So we said, our focus in the past was only on the Panasonic equipment. It was centered around Panasonic in the line. But now we said, let's increase the scope across the entire line. We're not going on an acquisition spree and buying every possible technology company out there. What we're doing is we're pulling together world-class leaders and creating an ecosystem of technologies around a line, centered around Panasonic. Now, what makes it really strong is the fact that all of that line is going to be, the entire line is going to be supported by our Panasim platform, our software platform. So it's easier said than done. But we have invested in it because we believe that an integrated line is what will deliver value to our customers. Imagine under current circumstances, if you look at the line behind, it's what we have demonstrated, 6 platforms, and if you were developing a full line solution, an integrated line solution, from a visibility point of view, from a line management point of view, you're talking about interfacing with 6 different platforms. Right. That's just absolutely difficult, especially for a manufacturer, from a cost point of view, from a focus point of view. So we take all of that complexity out and put it on and deal with it and put it together through our Panasim solution. And it ties in with the market needs. Mm-hmm. Industry 4.0, Internet of Things, those are not buzzwords anymore, those are real. Right. Customers are focusing on those kind of initiatives more and more. So this kind of ties in with that. But most importantly, it also addresses a significant challenge we have in North America. One of the biggest impediments to North American manufacturing is the lack of skilled labor. Mm-hmm. And this kind of addresses that to some extent. Right. Because when you roll out a technology platform like this, and it doesn't matter, small, mid-sized, large customers, they don't necessarily have all the expertise to put it all together. So we are able to pool that expertise and share it with our customers. So our goal is we'll be the single point of contact from project inception to delivery, to installation, to project validation, and then the software piece. We're even considering being the point of contact for after sales, like spare parts and things like that. We haven't finalized that yet, but we strongly believe in it. I mean, if you look at the size of the booth, this is not just pieces of equipment around. These are different kinds of solutions catered to various industry needs, and that's what our focus is going to be all about.
Excellent, excellent. So basically using the full line solution, you can start to integrate these technologies and make these machines talk to each other.
Absolutely.
So give me a couple of examples of things that you can do. I mean, for example, you're using a Ko-Young SPI system here, I see. Does it communicate with the printer to correct offsets?
It does. There's feedback forward and feed backwards capability in there. It's well integrated with the printer. It's well integrated with our placement equipment. But what's more important is that we're able to offer the same level of breadth and depth that we offer for the Panasonic equipment to these other platforms. Over the years, we've not been an independent software company. Our goal has always been to support our equipment and our customers. So because of our diversified presence across many, many industries, especially our leadership position in the automotive sector, we've been able to expand that capability significantly, which makes our solution far, far more different and superior, frankly, than many of the other solutions available in the market. So we're able to bring that capability to the rest of the platforms.
Right.
So that makes it very powerful, and that's what our partners appreciate, because they don't have that need in the past. So now we're not just making a total line solution offering strong, we're also making that individual pieces strong. Because their customers are able to see that equipment, that technology from a very different perspective now.
So let's talk about the customers a little bit who want to embark upon this factory automation journey. Panasonic comes in, where do you start? Do you start with a full audit of what they have? How do you proceed?
We're officially launching it this year here at Apex, but we've had several projects that we have already conducted in the past year or so. We engaged with some large-scale manufacturers, and it was a very wide variety of manufacturers. So I'll give you some examples. In one case, it was a complete greenfield operation, no SMT experience. They had to bring manufacturing back into North America, and they had to start, and they had a very short tight line. So our team essentially became the engineering team. We were part of the engineering council. We helped with the board valid design. We helped with many other aspects of the entire process, and we took responsibility for the entire line selection. We brought the equipment because the building was not ready. We brought in the entire line to our technology center in Chicago, validated everything, got it up and ready, and then just took it out there and loaded it and pressed a button and got it up and running. Nice. It's very successful. They've been able to replicate the same model across various other factories. We have other customers, surprisingly. I initially thought this maybe only be applicable to customers who are starting new greenfield operations. Existing customers may not find value, but I got to tell you, I've been surprised, pleasantly surprised. I've talked to, again, some large-scale manufacturers and even mid-sized manufacturers, and everybody is open to the idea, loves the idea, because, again, they don't have the skills. All the skills. So what do you do when you have to go through the selection process, the validation process, and making it all work together? Right. Making a conveyor system, it may sound very simple, but making a conveyor system work with 3 other pieces of equipment, it's challenging. So to take that complexity out so they can focus on more value-add stuff is a tremendous impact.
Absolutely. No, I mean, there are other things that you get out of it as well. Of course, you're going to get, once it's working properly, you should get yield improvement, better reliability, easier traceability.
Right. And yeah, to your earlier question, what we'll do is we'll walk in, we'll have a discussion with the customer, what they want to do, what their product is, what do they want to build, what is the long-term strategy. We'll conduct a full-scale audit. We have consulting guys in our team who will walk in and do the full-blown analysis. Then we'll offer a solution. Then we'll recommend a solution. Now, in some cases, it may be a very simple, basic line, may not need all the bells and whistles, but in some cases, it may need more advanced solutions. And we'll make sure that we have a very strong engagement with the customer so they understand what they need to do from their end. And we have invested in the project management office, a PMO organization within our business last 3 years or so, and that's been expanding quite a bit. And the intent of that really is to be the focal point of contact for a customer through that entire engagement. So they'll manage, you can put project plans together, but in reality, things change. So that team comes in and steps in and handles that. And we also look at what the customer's objectives are. What are you looking at? Yield? Are you looking at throughput? Are you looking at quality? Are you looking at just visibility? Are you looking at tying with the material systems? Right. So we identify those, and accordingly we put a solution together.
Right. So what happens to existing customers where you go in and they have existing equipment and they want to integrate or create a full line solution? Sure. Presumably it gets a little bit more difficult, but it's possible.
Yeah, it's doable. We're open to those kind of opportunities. And it really depends on what they want to get out of it. If they just want a piece of equipment that just can be latched onto the line, I don't think there's a lot of value in us coming into that picture. We can, but if they want to put a piece of equipment in that line and drive an integrated solution and gain value out of it, that's a completely different ballgame. Now we can offer a much more better solution offering than we would in the earlier case that I mentioned.
Right. Well, it's fascinating stuff, Faisal. It's great to hear that you're moving on to this new stage. I mean, everybody's talking, Industry 4.0 sure. and Factory of the Future, and you're actually doing it. So,
absolutely.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much.